Hey chakra warriors, I just decided to pop on because Christmas reminds us a lot of our passed on loved ones, and I know I've been thinking of my mom a lot, and that's all. I always feel it right here in my heart chakra. And I'm going to tell you, those people who have passed on loved ones, something that isn't usually mentioned to you when a loved one passes, and that is the times where you're healing from your grief, especially right after your loved one passes, is a time that's your most clearest and self-aware time. And I never want you to forget this lesson that you feel right here after your loved one passes. This lesson that they're showing you about life and your own mortality and your own path, and this clarity in your self-awareness. Okay? And I'm filming a series of videos about my journey from healing my energy system and my chakra system and what exactly I did. And part of my journey, especially for my heart chakra, was healing after my mother's passing. So this is just a reminder, especially around this season, that after a loved one passes, it's most important to honor what's best for us. But that raw ripping open of, losing someone actually becomes a time where self-awareness is prevalent. And why? Because the ego has been stripped at that moment and everything's wide open and you can actually see the most clearly. And during this time, you need to utilize this time. And for those of us who have had, who have had a couple of years since our, loved ones close to us have passed, I want you to watch this video and bring yourself back to some of the lessons that you learned when you were at your most clearest. And this goes for passed on loved ones and other tragedies. House fires, crazy things that have happened to you, like that are very significant where the ego has been stripped away. I know death is one of them. Death of a close loved one, death in general strips away the ego and allows us to peer into our heart chakra and have clarity for our self-awareness and gives us an idea on what life is really about. Okay? So I want you to, at the time of my mom's death, the person who I was dating thought I was going crazy, but really I was actually just so crystal clear and ready to strip anything that didn't serve me in my life and anything that wasn't serving living life to my fullest. Because the lesson, ask yourself, what self-awareness lesson became very clear? The days after you lose your loved one, it's very important to sit and have clarity and really hold on to those lessons. And my lesson was life is essentially too short because my mom died at 56. And you really have to live life to the fullest and be thankful and grateful for what you have as well. So I literally decided, and this job isn't for me. I was working for the government. This relationship isn't for me. How I was living just wasn't for me. And I think as the years go on after losing your loved one, you forget your self-awareness clarity lessons. And I'm here to bring them back for you. Because that is the moments in time where life, you can really see what it's all about. In those moments, you can really see what life is actually about. And that passed on loved one wanted to give you that lesson. So the issue with grief and our heart chakra, so grief, bravery and grief are very connected in our heart chakra. And you need to use your lessons from grief, that veil that was, ripped off so that you could see life clearly during those months after your loved one passed on, and use those lessons to really carry you forward in life. And I think a lot of us who lose people, even me, sometimes forget these lessons, and I'm here to bring them back and remember. So in the comments below, let's share our loved ones' lessons on what they taught us, just as a reminder, and we can share together and really make the most out of our lives, because our loved ones passed on these lessons when they passed, and they shall never be forgot. And it becomes very aha moment, very clarity for the ones closest to them. Okay? So what was your lesson, your self-awareness lesson that came from your loved one's passing? Put it in the comments below. Let's share. Let's share what life is really about here. And in order to truly heal the heart chakra, because I heal it with action, to truly heal from grief, you need to sit in that grief, see your self-awareness in your lesson, and then take the bravery to action it in the years and months to follow. And that's how you heal the heart chakra, my friends. Let me know in the comments below. Let's share these aha moments of clarity.